What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel.
Ooh, yeah!
It's Influencer Alan here, and I'm here to get those clicks up because I serve the algorithm. So go ahead, and before I even get started, go ahead and make sure you like and subscribe, hit that bell notification so you're notified anytime I post updates on this channel. Please do it, really helps out the channel. Share it with 2 friends. Let's see if we can get this through the roof, ladies and gentlemen. So today we're gonna be talking about
The July TBR, the to be read.
The book's gonna be read in July.
and none of this KJ Parker crap, none of this Abraham crap, none of this obscure, no one's ever heard of it nonsense. No, no, no. We're gonna juice, we're gonna tweak it, we're gonna juice it, we're gonna fabricate it, we're gonna spin it, and we're gonna get this channel into the stratosphere, ladies and gentlemen. So first thing's gonna be read in July is the thing that everybody's gonna be reading, and that's gonna be Light Space Bringer by none other than the dreamy Pierce Brown. Let's see what Darrow and his folks are up to. Stay tuned for day 1 thoughts and theories video, and I'll post every single day as I read more, and you can read along with me and hit down in the comments, and we'll have a conversation about it. That's right, go Howlers! Next, and I'm really excited to be announcing this, next month is gonna start the Brandon Sanderson Stormlight Archive Read Along. That's right, we're gonna be reading Stormlight Archive in preparation for Stormlight 5 coming at you next year. So we're gonna read Way of Kings in July, we're gonna read Words of Radiance in August, we're gonna read Oathbringer in September, and then in October it's gonna be Rhythm of War.
Bruh, 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 bruh.
Then we're gonna hit those other Cosmere novels just in time for Book 5 to hit. Make sure you show up to the live launch day party that we'll be having here on the channel. Make sure you like and subscribe, hit that bell notification. And then finally, we're definitely gonna join the buzz because everyone's buzzing about Daniel B. Green's new novel, Neon Ghost, A Witch's Sin. His cyberpunk masterpiece is gonna be coming out on audiobook on the 4th of July, Independence Day. Independence from what? Independence from obscurity, because we're gonna get so many clicks, that algorithm's gonna shove us down our throats like we're force-feeding a prisoner. So guys, we're gonna be pretty busy reading all these popular novels and getting in the conversations, so there's not gonna be a whole lot of time for other stuff. But don't worry, we're gonna have 1 video every day. That's right, stay tuned for daily top 10 videos. And you're not gonna believe this, we're gonna have an interview with people who have interviewed Brandon Sanderson. I know, right? Oh my gosh, it's gonna explode. And then after we're done reading Way of Kings, stay tuned for my new video, which is gonna be every Cosmere reference referenced in every Cosmere reference video. Oh, I know. Oh, the madness. And then in week 2, oh, you're not ready for this. In week 2, I asked my favorite booktubers what their favorite book is, and they sent me collab videos, and it's gonna be a compilation of my favorite booktubers' favorite videos. Hallelujah. But we're not done yet. A week later, I'll be releasing the favorite books of the most popular booktubers. Hallelujah. And the algorithm's gonna love that because you're gonna be clicking on twice the exact same video. So nerds, make it an awesome July, and I'll catch you on the flippity flop. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell notification, leave a comment, thumbs up, thumbs down, all engagement gooses the algorithm. Was someone in my chair? Anyway, hi guys, welcome back to the Library of Alexandria. And today, guys, I'm going to be talking about my July TBR. And it's not very long because July, and I don't know why, and it shouldn't be, because I'm a teacher and theoretically my workload is less in the summer because I don't get paid in June and July. But July, this month, and this year and last year, is the busiest month that I freaking had. Like, it's the busiest month I have. So, my buddy Finn is here for 2 weeks, so stay tuned. You'll see, we'll have a sprint, a live sprint that sometime this month before he leaves, where you can ask all your questions, and we can explain Blood, and we can explain the Kingfin approval system, and all the other things that I complain about with my buddy. Or you can be like, hey, how have you been friends with Alan for 25 years? So he's here for 2 weeks, and we're playing a lot of games, and I don't get a ton of reading done when he's here because it's weird. Like, hey, I'm just gonna leave you sitting on the couch. I'm gonna go read. Though sometimes he's reading and or working or I'm working or whatever. So that's fine. But then I have 3 days where I'm at this camp for the national Kurtaman team, and then nationals is the last week of July. So I thought I was gonna read a bunch last time I was there. No, I don't get any time to read. It's literally from get up at 6:30 a.m. and go to bed at 2 a.m. and it's ridiculous. Anyway. So there's not a ton of time. So if I get through these books, I will be shocked. So anyway, without wasting any more time,
Plenty of ditches along the road. Maybe I'll find one to die in.
here's the books I'm going to be reading in July. So first we've got Boosh. This is The Last Uncharted Sky by Curtis Craddock. This is book 3 of the Risen Kingdoms. I don't know why it feels like that weird, not good. Like the other 2 paperbacks didn't feel like this, so I don't know why this one feels like this. But this is book 3 of Risen Kingdoms. Books 1 and 2 were absolutely amazing. Super excited to read this 3rd book along with Anitha and Sarah and Pete and everybody else who's reading along, because that makes 2 for 2 with read-alongs. Which has been fantastic. So if you haven't read those, you should read them because they're great. And if you have read them, then you should go check out the 2 discussions that we had about them. So I definitely have to read this one because theoretically June was when I was supposed to read that, but I didn't. So I'm going to read it basically first and then move on to the next one, which is Boosh, Daughter of the Empire by Raymond Feist and Janie Wirtz. So this is the first book of the 3rd read-along of the year on my channel. And this is book 1 in the Empire trilogy. And so this takes place in the middle of the Rift War cycle. It has something to do with the rifts or whatever. And people are divided on whether or not you can read this without having read the rest of the Rift War. You can go down in the comments and you can be like, you need to read all the other ones. I mean, you can do that, but I'm not going to. So it's either I read this or I don't ever read it. I've got to read it this month. So I'm reading this. I'll miss the Rift War references. Sorry. But I've heard that this is excellent. I've been hearing a lot about books being people's favorites and series being people's favorites. And that has not been true for me recently when I have sampled those. So while I was initially very, very excited, I'm not sure that I am anymore. But we'll see. It takes place in a fantasy world similar to Japan, or has Japanese influences, and it has a female protagonist. And it's supposed to have political maneuverings, like political marriages and things like that, which are things that I like. So I have never read anything by Janie Wirtz, and I have never finished anything by Raymond Feist. So hopefully I will enjoy this one. I will be discussing this on my channel in a live with Derry and Evie. And their channels are linked below. Follow them and stay tuned for those discussions. Next, I will be reading Boosh, The Prophet of Adan. This book is too big. It's too big. It's like 100 and something pages longer than the first one. This is book 2 of the Adan trilogy by Philip Chase. So, this was very kindly sent to me by the author, and I'm excited to read this one. I think I'm going to like this one even better than the first one. I need to read it because I eventually have to record it. And yeah, so I'm excited. July is very busy, but I will definitely have started this and hopefully finish it by the end of July. But if not, I'll wrap it up in August. This continues the adventures of Dayraven and the priesthoods of Adan, and then Sequara, who, as you know, is... My name is Sequara! We must find the Prophet of Adan! That's Sequara. So stay tuned for that. That'll be excellent. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to read this book and finally delve into it. I know that Joanna has already read it, but I think Jimmy and I will both be reading it in July. And then finally, there's no way I finish this in July, and I'm not trying to finish it, but I'm going to read like the first third of Boosh, Gai Jin by James Clavell. This continues the Asian saga. This is the meeting of Shogun and Taipan, where the female character is a descendant of the the Toranagas from Shogun, and the main male character is the grandson of Dirk Struan in Taipan, the head of the noble house. And so it's going to be an epic whirlwind romance, also dealing with trade and Meiji Japan as Japan into its constitutional period. And yeah, I remember loving Gaijin, even though it's one of the least popular. I think it's the least popular of the Asian Saga other than Whirlwind, but I really liked it last time I read it. And I'm really excited to get through this so that I can move on to King Rat and Noble House, which I have never read before. So Kyle's going to be reading this with me also, so that'll be fun. And yeah, and it'll be a while before I get done with it, so be prepared to see this on several TBRs as I read another part. And so yeah, it's really just those 4, and I'll be lucky if 3 and then a third. And I'll be lucky if I can get through those. The only thing that will change this is if KJ Parker's new upcoming novel, Siwas Korax Deals with the Dead, if it hits NetGalley, I'll drop everything and I'll immediately read it. So, I mean, there is that. So guys, that is it for me for today. Really short one. What are you guys going to be reading in July? What are you most excited to be reading in July? Or are you going to be reading Light Space Bringer so you can continue the Red Rising saga? I definitely hope to eventually. I will not get to it this month, but I definitely will read it at some point. So stay tuned for whenever that information comes out. But yeah, just let me know what you're most excited to read about in the comments in July. That's it for me for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, information about the Patreon and Discord is down in the description. And I'll see you next time, guys.